welcome to Social Wednesday with Evolutz. This is our 24th episode, and today's guest is Matthew Porcelli. Matthew is a security manager and consultant, as well as an ASAS community vice president, a published author, and presenter. So thank you again, Matthew, for being here.
Thanks, sis. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. So Social Wednesday is a series where guests play a game of 12 questions and have less than 10 seconds to answer. Matthew has not seen the questions before, and this is not rehearsed. So are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Perfect. So, question 1. What is your favorite color?
Green.
Green. Okay. Question 2. Apple or Android?
Android.
Question 3. How would you describe our friendship?
We have, a very brother and sister, even though not biological. We have a close friendship, but as you heard me say, sis, because we call each other our security brother and sister.
Yes. Very fortunate. I love it.
Definitely.
Question 4. What is your best childhood memory?
My best childhood memory was probably spending time with my grandparents. My brother and I spending time with my grandparents on Friday evenings when my mom worked, and watching videos, which is why I'm such a movie connoisseur, at least I think I am. It used to be called Friday Night Videos, but then again, my brother doesn't remember it, I do.
Younger brother?
Older brother.
Older brother.
I'm what's known as the unofficial notary / archivist of a nostalgic childhood.
Oh, that's good. You're like me. I'm very, sentimental with everything. Question 5. What is your proudest accomplishment?
Oh, that's easy. My kids.
That's great.
My kids, definitely. I mean, as you and I were saying before, yes, those fathers out there, new and current, they do drive you nuts, but I would never have it any other way.
Question 6. What is your favorite season?
Fall, definitely.
So now we're in the perfect time for you.
Yes, I'm a big Halloween fan of, just like Halloween the fall. My wife and I are exactly the same. We're actually like surf and turf. She likes the beach, I like the mountains. I'm a silo, she's a lighthouse.
City and country?
Yeah, definitely. I'm more of a country person, even though I grew up close to a city.
I'm a city girl through and through.
I'm a microcosm, sis. I've been everywhere.
As long as you're able to adapt.
Definitely.
All right. Question 7. What is your go-to drink?
My go-to drink? Coffee, absolutely. You can't find me on one Zoom call, whether it be ASIS, work-related, or anything, without doing this.
Really?
And I have those that'll vouch for me.
I need a coffee. So
I'm glad I reminded you.
Yeah, I know. Okay. What do you miss the most now that you did prior to COVID hitting?
The face-to-face interactions. ASIS just had their Orlando show, and just, you and I, we saw each other in Chicago, and being able to actually have that interaction it's not the same. I mean, they did a great job with the virtual hybrid, but it's just the whole, I would have to say, to sum it up, not seeing people's face, seeing the bottom half of people's faces. But also I'm sorry?
Were you in Orlando?
No, I wasn't. Virtually I was there.
Virtually.
Not physically. Hopefully for Atlanta in 2022. Fingers crossed.
I know. Okay. Question 9. What is one piece of advice or motto that you will or already do share with your kids?
Is that you can't wait for something to come to you. You have to go out and get it. And if I could use a quote, and it's usually people laugh at this too, because where I got it from, Paul Rubin, also known as Pee Wee Herman, in one of his movies said to somebody, you can't hope and wish for something to come true, you have to make it happen. So that's something that, my wife and I try to instill on our kids as well, because there's nothing worse than being sedentary.
Yeah, and as I stated in some of my posts as well. It's like, no one is coming to save you. Question 10. Your favorite vacation destination?
Favorite vacation, the Vatican.
Wow, you've been?
Twice. I've been very fortunate to be there twice.
I want to go.
That's because the pontifical Swiss Guard who protect the Pope have inspired me to go into the security field. They didn't physically reach out to me. I just, again, it's just something.
I was gonna say.
No, it's just something, and again, you'll always see. I don't have it on right this second, but 2 things on my lapel is the Vatican flag and my CPP certification pin. So I always keep that as a reminder. My wife bought that for me because, again, I don't have blonde hair or blue eyes, so I can't join the Swiss Guard. But, again, I have, a big passion for cultural property protection, not just within the Catholic faith, but also religion in general, globally, I'm very diverse.
Question 11. What is your favorite cuisine?
Favorite cuisine? I'm not going to be I'm not going to be stereotypical and say pizza like everybody else does. If I had to pick, it would have to be linguine with galamad, or I should say calamari, as the Americanized version says in it.
So Italian cuisine.
Yes, I got a little too specific. So
yeah.
Yes, Italian cuisine. Yeah, Italian cuisine.
Yeah, me too. Italian.
Vaticano.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Italian is my favorite cuisine to eat and to cook. All right, but last and not least, we're already at question 12. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite book?
Angels and Demons, definitely by Dan Brown.
Really?
Yes. I love the Robert Langdon character. I think because again, you're mixing the Vatican. I don't know if you've ever read it, but you're mixing. The Da Vinci Code was good too, but I'm just like conspiracy theories. That was like back and forth. But again, I personally have a passionate attraction to protection of church. So that's what the character was doing. But also, he was an everyman thrown into a dangerous situation. So, so that would have to be my favorite book.
So this concludes the game. What did you think of the game in questions?
I love it. I love it, and I love how it's so fluid a conversation. And I've noticed this from watching your other 23, because we're in the 24, correct? You said? And it's wow. Man, I'm getting older. But the time is, it just goes by. It's like we had this conversation, and the thing I like about it is it opens little segues into other conversation, hence my 3 fictional hero mirror image, so thank you for that. I actually got a chance to use it. So yes, to answer your question, outstanding.
Thank you. But before we do end the episode, please tell us more about how it is important for young and transitioning professionals to keep active in volunteer organizations. So tell us more about it, Matthew.
Sis, it is imperative. You can't not do it.
Yeah.
Because this is a very competitive field. I'm not saying that, again, some people jump over others, but you got to utilize young security professionals and transitioning, hence those coming out of law enforcement and the military. The worst thing to do is to be stagnant and not know what to do. So what you do is you research and you join professional organizations, you get involved. And again, you know me well enough by now, I'm big with quotes, and I'll impart with these two. It's who you know that gets you the job and what you know that keeps it. Mm-hmm. And don't let today's excuses be tomorrow's regrets. You can't wind back the time. You can't. And you have to trust your network, trust people to mentor you, and also reverse mentoring, because like you and I, you probably know everything. I don't know everything. I learn from other, but like I said, we learn from people that we inspire and mentor.
Of course.
So especially young professionals, it's a little easier in a sense because everybody's all starting out as far as, they're dipping that toe in the water of uncertainty. Not all, but some transitioning individuals have to find the the balance to know that you're crossing over from being able to take away somebody's freedom, say in a law enforcement capacity, to the private sector of ensuring that you do everything with a smile. So again, there are organizations, again, I put ASIS International out there, obviously, because I'm, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am today. So that, and again, I'm not saying, also just jump in everything just for the sake of doing, I'm just going to do it just for the sake of anything, because I know there's a lot of overachievers out there. Some do it, unfortunately, not a lot. Some do it for the wrong reason. Some do it just to have a list on a resume, and there's no substance to it. Young security professionals have a lot to contribute to the organization as transitioning security professionals. Transitioning security professionals and young security professionals both have the ability to give back to the industry. Former law enforcement and military, plethora wealth of knowledge. Young professionals, again, have a lot of real-world knowledge as well, especially with an ever-evolving technological landscape. I may call you to help with Excel because I admit I have to ask favors every now and then to kind of understand it. I'm a Word guy. But yes, that's what I feel is the most important message, especially about volunteering.
This concludes episode 24 of Social Wednesday with Evolutz. Stay tuned for the next episode. And in the meantime, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask our next guest or even recommend a guest for the series, comment below. And thanks again for watching, and see you in 2 weeks.
Take care.
Thank you. That's it.
Beautiful.
Yay.